Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check, but let's leave it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, we good. All right, Shalom, Yasha Allah. First and foremost, before we begin, we want to say Brakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Brakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Brakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Brakatah Yahushai,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Brakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Brakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushua.
Call Loyim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Chakwadash. Double honors unto the elder apostles of the great millstone, the men who taught us this truth. Much love, greetings, and salutations to the elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of their earth. And basically, we're gonna get right to it. The times that we're coming into right now, it's very important to believe on the power through faith.
That's right.
And that's what has always preserved us, is our faith. Going back to our forefathers, going back to Abraham. All right, he was called a friend of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that he did was based on faith. And that's what was accounted for righteousness. And the times that we're coming into now with, Esau coming down, having great wrath, we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. We're in the beginning of sorrows. And this man, he actually is trying to, clamp down with his draconian measures. And he's also going to try to make it mandatory for us to get vaccinated. Certain brothers, certain you sisters out there, if you you have a job, they might require you to, take a vaccine before you can actually go back to work,
Mm-hmm.
or to actually keep your job, so to speak.
That's right.
Well, here at Great Millstone, we're gonna tell you need to trust on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna tell you to go ahead and get no vaccine.
Nope.
All right, because we know that Esau had no good intentions for you.
And
why would you trust your enemy for your health? Why would you trust your enemy with your health?
And the craziest it was a meme I think I posted on the chat. It was about what's the guy's name? Bill Gates. He said said the meme said the same guy that said we need to depopulate is the same guy that all of a sudden wants to save the world with his vaccines.
Come on, man.
Well, that's common sense, man.
Come on, man.
You guys lack common sense. First off,
Yeah.
right? But the whole point of it is, why would we ever trust our enemy? You forget that this man had you in slavery, and then we're not just talking about the so-called Negroes or African Americans or whatever. He has everybody present everybody in slavery or in captivity to some degree. Okay, with his laws, unless you're one of the elite, because it's not about, to him, it's not about black and white. It's about rich and poor. All right, so that's where he draws the line at. Then if it's a line to move up or not, it's about black and white, and then green mostly for his pockets. But if you're gonna believe him, if you're anywhere low on this level, if you're anywhere low on the totem pole enough to be sitting watching YouTube, you're not on the level. They create issues. They create havoc in the earth. They create measures in the earth. They're not sitting around watching YouTube hoping. They have people to do that, low-level people to do that. Okay, so you're not on a level to believe that you're gonna can trust that system. That system is designed to destroy you. He's your enemy. He's gonna show you at every turn that he's your enemy. And particularly in this time, he can feel he's losing power. So he can feel it. So he has to come with something to grab back. It's like when something's slipping out of your hand, what do you naturally do? You want to adjust to try to get a tighter grip on it. That's exactly what he's doing right now.
That's it.
And that vaccine will get a tighter grip on your health, a tighter squeeze on your money out of you, and a tighter grip on control of you. All right, that's,
Yeah, man. So, that's why we say, we right now, putting your trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is very essential. All right, and you got guys out there, all right, they still want to maintain some level of comfort. They want to take the easy route out. Like, you got certain leaders out there that are actually recommending to members of their congregation that if they actually have to take the vaccine, to go ahead and take it so that they don't lose their job. But what kind of advice is that?
Right.
Coming from a leader, he's supposed to have your soul at interest. The scriptures talk about, we're supposed to watch over the flock, right? What type of leader, what type of shepherd would give that kind of advice?
Right.
You see?
That's
come on, man.
That's deceptive advice.
It's very deceptive, and it's also showing a level of weakness. It's showing a certain level of infidelity and weakness, because now you're telling members of your congregation to go against your own belief system to compromise with your enemy for temporary comfort. See,
and it's temporal.
And it's temporal.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm gonna just put it out there. We talking about Nate, IUIC. You had men in a congregation. They were known as deacons, and they made a song called "I Ain't Never Been a Weak Jew." But here it is. You're telling your congregation to make a weak decision.
Yeah, and this is a weak. It's a fleshly decision.
It's fleshly.
The strength is in faith, man. Okay, that's real show of faith show of strength is in your faith.
That's right.
In humility.
That's it, man. That's it. And before you get whatever scripture you was gonna get, because I also want to address, because for a while, you put yourselves out there as men who are keeping the law. That's what you push the most. You push the law. You glory in keeping the law. But does it not say in Romans the 14th chapter, for whatsoever is not of faith is sin? Because you'll be out there, hey brother, you're supposed to be keeping the law. For transgression is the breaking of the law. Well, you're transgressing by not having faith and not teaching your congregation to have faith.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to sacrifice, man, even if it's your life. That's what our forefathers did.
Right.
Okay. If I don't know if you had a precept, if not, you can get that in Hebrews.
I'll get that in Hebrews 11.
Yeah, Hebrews 11 and was that 5?
Yeah, I got you.
5 or 6.
Yeah. 6.
And this is why Apostle Paul said what he said. He said, for whatsoever is not of faith, it is sin. Why is it sin? Get that in our Hebrews.
I got it right here. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
You see that? So that means what? The Lord will reward you if you constantly seek him, if you seek his presence, if you call upon his name, if you trust on him, if you trust that he is the Heavenly Father that is mighty to save. He's the ultimate preserver of men. In any difficult circumstance that we're placed in, you got to trust that the Lord has the power to bring you through it.
That's right.
Hey, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
Yep, he always make a way to escape.
It's always a way to escape.
The temptations.
So even with this whole vaccine situation,
you're being tempted right now to see your obedience to the beast or to the devil.
Yeah, exactly.
And you as a leader of within Israel, have just led your congregation to the slaughter.
Yeah, hey, if you see the video, he was reading letters from members of his congregation that had, I guess, certain professions, I guess in the medical field and the, whatever field that they were part of. And they were basically asking them for advice on, what decisions they should make regarding having to take a vaccine. They was basically stuck. Like, I don't know what to do. Do I take the vaccine and keep my job so I can, maintain my lifestyle and live, or do I walk away? And the woman that actually asked him the question, she said she'd been crying about it because she don't know what to do.
And think about that lady that quit when they tried to send her to the sick ward in the hospital.
That nurse.
But they ridiculed her, and that's what you jakes are afraid of. You don't want to go through the tribulation or the adversity of losing your job. You're good, especially those with good paying job. But what does the scripture say? They that should keep his life shall lose it, And those that shall lose their life for my sake shall have everlasting life.
And that's another thing. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta come to the realization that our life, we're only here for Yahweh Shai. We're not here for ourselves.
That's right.
You gotta be willing to lose your life, man. And it's gonna be this is not gonna be an easy walk, man. This is not. We were not brought here for our comfort.
Right.
The Lord said, "Enter you in at the straight gate."
Difficult path.
It's gonna be difficult, man. You have to be willing to take those losses, man.
Does that mean don't take care of yourself and make it on purpose make your life difficult? No, the devil's gonna do a great job at making your life difficult already.
Right.
So just do your best. Just do your best. Okay. When it comes to choosing which path you should do, these should be easy. It shouldn't be like, well, I'm not gonna turn my cable on. I'm not gonna have internet. I'm not gonna have running water or hot water or whatever. No, that's not what it's talking about. You live life the best you can, but when it comes to making these decisions about what being subject to this devil or not, you have to make the tough one, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take the low on those ones. Okay.
Hey, what the Lord said, was that Matthew 6, where it says, for either you will hate the
love the one and hate the other.
Love the one and hate the other. Get that real quick.
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 6.
So what if it comes down to making that decision? Are you gonna take the vaccine and keep your job, or if you have to, make that sacrifice, to save to save your soul? What are you gonna do, man? Well, this is what the Lord said.
Straight to the point.
6 and like 24.
Yeah, 24. Straight to the point. Yeah. It says, it's funny. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and mammon. And what mammon is what the god of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you keeping your job.
Because you want to live comfortably. You want to live deliciously.
And I know unemployment ain't paying, great, but that's a way to escape. Okay, that's still an avenue to escape, to sustain you, because one day they're gonna shut it all off.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do then when you've already taken the vaccine and they shut you and your job off anyway? Or the Lord don't protect you, and now you got this thing because you took the vaccine, but the vaccine made it worse, or whatever side effect could have happened from it. Then how you gonna feel about it? You got something
to coincide with what you read, 1 Timothy 6 and 9, it says, but they that will be rich, which we're not saying that you're rich, but right. Our people have a certain level of comfort based off of the money that they make here. Mm-hmm. And Jake is not willing to
sacrifice it.
Make a sacrifice, just to keep their soul, so to speak. It says fall into temptation. Like the woman that asked Nate the question, what should I do? He basically told you, hey, well, if you need to, go on ahead and compromise. That's a total red flag. Bro. The moment he said that, and mind you, they made a video maybe 3.5 years ago, and you brothers can go and look this up. They made a video called Autism and Vaccinations. So if they were telling you how dangerous these vaccines are 3.5 years ago, why in the hell would they give you the advice to actually comply with the order of taking the vaccine? Knowing what Esau is capable of doing. You see? And then you got the ISHPK, they're teaching the same thing. See, that's why in Ezekiel it says there's a conspiracy of the prophets, man. Like roaring lions devouring their prey. Mm-hmm. What the hell are these dudes are up to something, man.
Yeah.
How you go from teaching the dangers of vaccines and then now you're telling your congregation, well, you want to keep your job, you go ahead and get it done.
Cause that's what being a Hebrew Israelite and a believer is all about, working, right? It's about working for whom? Your oppressor? That's what this is about. Because this moment is the beginning of when the power shift changes from from you from being a servant into a master, so to speak. Okay, that's the difference of this time. So it's gonna be a rocky road, but only rocky to you that don't believe. This is a surefire steady road for us. We understand what's coming. Mm-hmm. We understand that we're gonna have to make these sacrifices that are coming as well. Mm-hmm. You finish your script.
Yeah, it says, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts which draw men in destruction and perdition, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
And that's what you're going to end up having, many sorrows. I mean, this thing is, man, let's just take it from everybody's on the up and up, right? Do you trust that this vaccine is going to cure everything when it came out this fast? They do years of research on these vaccines before they put them out there. They don't be like, oh yeah, it takes months at least to even administer them out to the people to get them to where they need to be. Mm-hmm. But you're going to take the first thing that they're giving out there?
Right.
You expect that to be the savior of all this, also you can get life back to what it was.
That's you trying to save your life. When the Lord said he that try to save his life will lose it. Mm-hmm. You see, but that's what comes with trying to preserve yourself and live comfortably. Mm-hmm. You see, and a lot of those of you that follow those cats is because you're those people that actually want to remain comfortable.
Yeah.
So people are going to gravitate to the leaders that's going to tell them what they want to hear. That's why it says in was that Timothy, for they show heat to themselves, teachers having itching ears. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna, whoever's giving you the easiest route, the easiest way, mm-hmm. you're gonna gravitate to them.
Right.
We're gonna tell you flat out, hey, are you willing to lose your job? Don't get no damn vaccine. That's going against your belief.
That's right.
You're going against the Heavenly Father, man. They allow this devil to put anything into you. Mm-hmm.
If at all possible, through the power of Yahweh, Lord willing, He don't allow me to get weak to allow this devil to put nothing in me.
Right.
That hopefully even if I get weak, Lord willing, he guys know something goes on where I don't do it, man.
Because the Lord he preserves His men. Even if you fall, He will pick you up.
That's right.
Matter of fact, if you can get 1 Samuel 2:9, Bob Kushab.
Yep.
Give me that real quick. 1 Samuel 2:9.
Yep, 1 Samuel chapter 2.
And then also we'll go to Psalms 37 as well.
Okay, kind of. Yeah.
And that's the type of faith we gotta have, man. Remember that the Heavenly Father, He got us, man. Have some freaking faith, man.
That's right.
Damn, man.
It's a gift. The fact that you are even asking in Hebrew Israelites shows you have at least a small measure of faith, something.
Yeah.
You're giving something to change from this American lifestyle into believing in His word and that our Lord looks a certain way, and that basically believing enough to change your lifestyle to some degree about the truthability of this Bible, man. Because that shows some level of the gift of faith that you were given.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's disrespectful in eyes of the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
It's totally disrespectful. And what makes you think He's gonna show His mighty hand if you're doubting His power? Mm-hmm. Have faith, man.
That's right.
All right.
I got that 1 Samuel.
Yep.
2:9, right?
2:9.
1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 9. It says, He will keep His feet of His saints, and
He will direct the steps mm-hmm. of His men. The Lord's gonna make sure you looking out for Him, man. All right. Hey, we got the chariots. Every single day, brothers are seeing chariots. You don't think the angels is watching over us, man?
Brothers are seeing them. There's videos being posted about them all over the internet. New ones every day, man. I mean, and if you're reading this Bible that you were given the faith to believe in, at least that measure, if nothing else, you should know that this is what will be happening in these times. Because imagine, if you believe in this Bible at all, there's a whole 66% of the people that don't believe in this thing. And maybe not that many yet, but that don't believe in this book. Okay? There's a lot of people that don't want no parts of the Lord or the Bible or any belief or change of lifestyle, that love pork rinds and malt liquor and whatever the hell else they're doing, man. And adultery and all types of weed smoke, all types of shit. All types of nigga shit. Okay? But you trying to at least attempt to change your lifestyle over. Where's your show of faith, man? For real. Okay? Read it, the whole thing. It says, 1 Samuel 2:9 says, he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail. Yeah, your physical strength, man.
It's not going
It's
to
the
prevail.
Lord's strength that's going to prevent you and have you to prevail.
That's right.
He said
He's
Psalm
gonna preserve us.
37.
Con.
And what particular
Psalm 37 and 23 and 24.
Con. It's right here. It says, yep, con. It says 23. It says the steps of a good man are ordered in the way are ordered by the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. It says, and he delighted in his way.
Go ahead.
Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down.
What does that show you? Hey, the Lord got you.
He said a righteous man falleth how many times?
7.
And gets back up. He will a complete number of times, whatever measured to that man. He'll fall, make his mistakes, bump his head, stub his toe, but he'll continue to get up and repent and correct his way through the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
And also when he puts you through, certain
Diverse
perils,
temptations, perils, adversities.
the Lord is he's still right there, man. Hey, even King David said it. He said, when I'm in heaven, thou art there. And even when I make my bed in hell, thou art there. That's what the King David said this, man.
Yeah.
So you don't think that the Lord is gonna, step in? See, the Lord needs you to show that you believe that he is, man. All right.
Right.
Hey, the elder Yashawamba, he was putting it out there like, hey man, it's that time for us to push to believe on the power through faith, man.
Now's in time of increase of faith.
Con.
Okay. Now is the time where you got to double down on your faith, man. You got to go all in on your faith. Okay. You got to go all in on it. All right.
And faith without works is dead. You can say you got faith all day. And how are we gonna get through these perils? What is the Lord gonna take into account to preserve his men? He's gonna be looking for that faith and their works. That 2nd Ezra 9 and 7. Those that shall escape these perils, they shall escape by their faith and by their works wherein they believed. So hey, that's what it is, man. So there's going to be ways for us to be able to escape these temptations.
But do you have faith to keep looking? Or are you just looking for the first answer to get you out of stuff?
Right.
But what it say, she will talk about wisdom. She will first entreat you by the crooked ways.
Yeah.
She's going to make you believe. She's going to try you by crooked ways. She's going to see if you're going to
trust you.
And then for you that's going to take this vaccine, you can't be trusted.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this verse. It's a little more. I like what it says. It says at the top of 24. It says, "Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord Yahweh upholdeth him with his hands."
With his hands, man.
The hands that can't be plucked out.
His mighty hand.
The grape of the cluster that can't be plucked out of his hand. Hey, come on, man. You gotta start really. But this is on you, Nate. That's where I was going in Ezekiel. But this is on you, Nate.
And Johanna.
And Johanna, because Johanna said it too. And Baloo. Talking about taking the chip.
Oh yeah.
Mocking the chip, basically, is my point.
That was, I don't know how many years ago. I don't even know what his tune is on that. I ain't even seen that dude in years.
But that was put out there. Hopefully he got it right by now. But the point I want to make was that's on y'all because these people are looking to you for answers, and you're leading them astray. Okay, you're leading them astray, and whether that's the mind of the Heavenly Father to have you to weed out the elect, the undesirables of the elect. Guess what? That still falls on your hands, though. It still falls under what your legacy, so to speak, is all about. You had something right now?
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 10:13. It says, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able."
But the Most High is faithful, so He ain't gonna just cast you out. He gonna give you a choice, so to speak. You know, He gonna give you an option, and are you gonna take that option? You know, He's showing faith in you by giving you the gift of faith. He's showing faith in you by giving you a way out of these situations. Which one are you gonna take?
Hey, I mean, and brothers been through these type of scenarios. You can go through something at a job, and they might try to require you to do something against the law, and you kind of got to go to them and tell them like, "Well, I can't really do that. Is there
It's the laws of the Bible.
Is there any other thing that I can do? Because I can't do that." The Lord might put the spirit on them to be like, "All right, well, do that then."
That's some man.
Like you could easily tell your congregation, "Well, is there an exemption that I can take instead of having to put that in me because I don't know what I could be allergic to?
Yeah.
It could be dangerous for my health, so I can't take no vaccine. Is there I need an exemption. If I can't get that, then hey, deuces."
Yeah.
But you don't think that the Lord will provide another way for you to be able to survive and eat and take care of yourself?
Oh, Matthew 6. You still read? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it.
That you may be able to bear the temptation that He's put you upon. Matthew the 6th chapter. That's what the one that's funny. I closed it on it. And I'd rather read it than just quote it. Matthew 6 verse.
Man, shalom to you, Akim on the comment board.
Akim Makwak, all y'all tuning in. We appreciate y'all. But rather that you hear the word and keep it. Okay. Down at straight to the point, verse 33, Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. It says, take no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Don't worry about the load that you have to take or the consequences of taking it, man. Because the Heavenly Father is going to step in and intervene for you. If you prove that you can be trusted to do the faithful thing, to do the righteous thing.
That's it. Yeah, this is Sirach 2:10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
And who did he ever? Hey, this is that time where we have to prove our faith. And see, these congregations haven't been preparing you people, man. We've been telling you to watch out for some of these guys, man. We commend them when they do the right thing, but when they do the wrong thing, or we won't say nothing even. What did Dave Chappelle and that Sticks and Stones say? He said, Jesse Smollett, right? He goes, how do we show our support of him? We supported him with our silence. Okay? And when we ain't got nothing bad to say, the same thing coaches say in sports. We ain't got nothing bad to say about you. Don't take it as, as something bad. Just keep rolling and doing what you're doing. When you start worried about, I need something to be out in the limelight or the shine, and we all know that you guys glory and how much GMS comes up against you, but we're not doing it just out of spite. We're doing it to correct you because we see things going off. Okay, that's not 15 minutes of fame. It's just a moment to correct yourselves, man.
That's it.
Okay, you have something else because I got something.
That was the point.
I got an act of faith right here. I'm gonna go straight to the point. This is Mark chapter 5. And this is the situation where the woman went about her daughter that was having issues. Okay, she was having some major issues with blood. If I believe that was the one. Yep. Straight to the point of 30, 34. No, matter of fact, 33. It says, but the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her daughter, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. And the point of it is, thy faith has made you whole. Okay, he was. If you look at these scriptures, the whole Hebrews the 11th chapter, he was rewarding people throughout history for their faith.
That's it.
The one with I have not seen a greater faith in all Israel.
Yeah, the centurion.
The centurion, he's like, nah, you can't come to the house. Just say it and it'll be done. He said, I have not found a greater faith in all Israel. You have it. It's like you going something else.
I was going to another.
One. Just go to where you going. You got it. That was the point, though. Yeah. It's basically showing you have to show your faith in the Heavenly Father, man. And He's gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
There's Matthew 17 and 20. I'm gonna just get straight to the point because he was cussing out his disciples because they were trying to figure out, why they couldn't cast these demons out of this person.
That's right.
The Lord said, because of your unbelief.
Mm-hmm.
This is Matthew 17 and 17. It says, then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast them out? And Yahushua said unto him, because of your unbelief.
That's right.
For verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Yeah. So the same thing, for it is impossible to please the Most High without faith, and nothing with faith, nothing shall be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
That's it.
Nothing shall be impossible with the Most High if you prove your faith. I want to go to this right quick in 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start down at verse 5. It says, of such a one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but in my infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth. Let me get to the point, Salaki. Let me get to the point. Let me see. Where is it at? Salaki, bear with me one more. If you got something, you can read it. I just want to find straight to the point. Which he was speaking about glorying in the infirmities because that allows the moment for the Heavenly Father to intervene.
Yeah, I think that was in that chapter.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to find I'm trying to get to the point, but
yeah.
It's a revelation. Buffet me for though I sought. Oh, right here, verse 9. It says, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahushua Mashiach may rest upon me. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that how do you expect to get these miracles and these powers of Yahweh to rest upon you, to make, because it's going to take a miracle or the power of the Heavenly Father to make it through the times that we're coming into.
Right.
And if it's about a vaccine, about keeping a job or not, man, come on. Like, now I don't blame the woman. I don't blame you for this. I blame Nate.
Yeah, they naturally don't have faith.
Yeah, they're not supposed to understand that level yet. Mm-hmm. Okay? But if you were preparing your congregation properly, they would understand that they should be working toward building up their faith or practicing acts that would be considered faithful acts. Okay, knowing when to call on the Heavenly Father, and when he does, to rejoice in the name of the Heavenly Father and in his power, all to his glory. Not to, I'm glad Nate told me this good information. It worked out. No, man, it's all goes to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. All right? And they, in that congregation, you should have known, they don't even have the faith to use the name Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. They calling on the man Christ.
Right.
That was the point, though.
Quick one.
Well, no, Salaki, if I can read a little more.
Go ahead.
Verse 10, it says, therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in won't you needing to eat be considered a necessity, right? In persecutions, because if you quit, you're going to get persecuted, just like they did the lady that quit also, right? It says, in distresses, for Yahweh's sake, for when I am weak, then I am strong. All right? And how? Because the power is going to give you a way out, man. The power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is going to rest upon you to give you what you need for that hour.
And enduring inflictions is what makes you stronger.
That's right.
You know? Because what does it mean to endure? It means to make yourself hard.
That's right.
You know? You have to be firm. You're going to be firm and you know, the Lord's going to be trying you with different afflictions. And when you make it through that, you're more stronger than ever, man. That's what the Lord is looking for. All right, you're not going to just buckle down under pressure at any little thing. You know, if you faint in the day of adversity, that means your strength is small, man.
Right.
All right. And you telling people, hey, well, just if you ain't got no other ways, man, just
do this.
Just go ahead and just do it, man.
Just succumb to the devil.
You know, just go ahead.
If you don't see another path, you ain't even gonna help her think through the pathway.
Yeah.
You know, just do this. No,
or have somebody that still have a running business,
right?
To hire this woman, you know, so she can continue to you know earn her wages or whatever to take care of her household.
If not, prepare her for her mind to understand she's gonna have to lose all of this anyway.
That's another way. That's another thing. That's the mindset you're supposed to have. We got to be willing to say, man, fuck all this shit, man. Even if I'm down to just the clothes I got on, my socks on my feet.
Yep. And
you gotta be willing to lose all for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. Because we looking at the bigger picture. We looking far out, man. We looking ahead. We looking at what we're gonna receive at the end of this thing, man. That's gonna be eternal.
And the scriptures tell you what you're gonna have to go through to get to that. This taking the vaccine and not losing your job is not it, man. I gotta quote Yakanan, man. He said, they're still running water. This ain't shit, man. They're still running water.
Yeah.
Okay? You still can flush your toilet. You still can eat and drink, go to the store. I mean, even how limited it may be, there's still, the society's still moving to some degree. This is nothing yet.
There ain't shit.
We're supposed to be brought up for the witness of Yahweh before councils, and then attempted to be beheaded.
Yeah.
For the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua.
That's it.
And we're supposed to stand stiffly for it. There's examples of this.
I know y'all saw El Yashawama's video going into Trump and Nero. It basically said, you know, is history going to repeat itself?
Yep.
Because there was a tweet with a picture of Trump.
And he retweeted it.
He was playing the violin. You know, and people were like, man, that reminds of Nero. You know, and then it was like a quote on the actual photo. You know, basically, you're not going to be able to stop what's coming.
Yeah,
that's what it said. And he said, I don't know what this is, but it sounds good to me.
Yeah, because what Nero was known to do, he played his fiddle while Rome burned.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, is that not what Trump doing?
Hey, because I mean, he's the one that caused the fire, the ring of fire around Italy. He blamed it on the Christians, which the Christians were who?
The
Israelites, those that were professing Yahushua, the gospel of Yahushua. And there was a persecution against them over that fire.
Right.
So, and then you got in the news what they saying. Oh, Jake is the face of the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
They're not complying with the social distancing orders. They're not wearing masks. They're the spreaders. These are the biological terrorists. We need to clamp down.
Yeah, because now it's biological terrorists because you're not obeying the order to safe distancing and staying at home.
Right.
You know, the things that'll suppress this thing. Well, Jake don't have them type of living conditions to be able to fully follow this thing to the degree. Because we're already in, 5, 6 of us in a 1-bedroom apartment. Jake just live bad, man. We're in captivity. We live bad. We don't have healthy diets, so we're conducive to picking up this virus. I mean, there's a lot of different levels to this thing, and it's been pointed right at us. Okay, so what are you gonna do about that? Are you gonna show your faith and continue to do what you need to do? Does that mean go out anyway? It doesn't mean go out anyway. This ain't about whether you wear the mask or not. When they start implementing that you must wear these masks to do anything, wear it. That doesn't compromise your faith.
Right.
What compromises your faith is when you start going along with their agenda. Now, the agenda part isn't just the whole the face mask and gloves thing is just to show your compliance to what they tell you to do. The real thing that they're trying to get you to do is comply to these vaccines and then ultimately comply to this chip.
The mark of the beast.
The mark of the beast. That's the end game agenda. All up until the point where they have to put this thing in your body, which a vaccine is going in your body. And it might be questioned that they have a vaccine or they're creating a vaccine that they can slip the chip technology, nanotechnology into you. Yep. Why would you risk any of that?
Exactly.
Why would you risk any of that? It's just not wise.
That's it.
Okay? You got something?
That's it. I got a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sirach 34:16. It says, I'll start at 15. It's 14. It says, "Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is hope. Mm-hmm. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doeth he look, and who is his strength."
Yeah, who do you look toward? Who is your strength? Mm-hmm. It should be in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, not in man. I understand you asked Nate because you believe he was speaking in the stead of the Lord, mm-hmm. but his answer should have gave you the clear inkling of what's really going on about him. Mm-hmm. Was that what the Lord would do? Is that what Daniel did? You look at all the different times where people where miracles were provided for people.
Man.
Okay, when they had no way, like the lion's den, the whole lion's den part, the part of the fiery furnace and the 3 holy children. Those were occasions where miracles happened that proved the faith of those men that
exactly
in that situation.
Exactly, it was faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was faith. They believed on the power. They knew that they could run to the name of the Lord and be safe. Mm-hmm. In those extreme situations.
That's right.
David, when he fought with Goliath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. he said, if the Most High is with us, who can be against us?
Come on, man.
If
King David, if he was scary and he just wanted to be comfortable and didn't have faith, the Philistines, they would have had the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They would have been winning, man. But hey, it took for David the faith that was in him to go out there and fight, man. Mm-hmm. That's what the Lord looks for, man. He wants you to boast of his glory so that he can show himself. All right?
I'm thinking of the one in Judges. I think it's in Judges or Joshua, but I think it's Judges where
Gideon.
It was another one where they circled the city.
Jericho, I was in Joshua.
Yeah, in Joshua. Basically, what the point
told them to be of good cheer.
Yeah, because it was one of the cities where they were scared. Where they were, it would happen.
They was afraid to go in
AI, but there was another one where they were scared to do it. Mm-hmm. And then the Lord had them do something. I'm trying to remember the exact situation that played out, but when they went out there, the people fled. I think it was when they circled the city.
Yeah, Jericho. Yeah,
it was Jericho. Yeah,
those Canaanites.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that faith made the enemy afraid. Yeah, because they had them circling exactly. They had them circling
seven times.
The building 7 times, and then on the last day they did it like 6 times. And the wall, they did let out a shout, and the wall fell. Mm-hmm. What wall have you ever known to fall or fail when someone shouted at it? That's the power of the Heavenly Father. Because a lot of those men were scared.
That's it.
When they were going out there at that time.
That's it.
You got it.
Back in Sirach 34, and 14, it says, "Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doeth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling."
Yeah, all of these are Salaki, all of these are examples of adversities. You know, this can be put in for any adversity you go through. Losing your job is an adversity, but guess what? Just like he's helping in these things, he's gonna help you if you prove faithful. Go ahead.
It says, "He raiseth up the soul and light of the eyes. He giveth health, life, and blessing." You know, and he give health
life and blessing.
So that's why, and that's another thing. Don't be going out there getting no vaccinations, man. You shouldn't even believe in that. You should believe that the Lord has the power to heal you.
You want to know how we treat health? We do the natural healthy ways. We practice in faith the other healthy ways. You know, teas, herbs. You know, fasting, different things like that. We do those things. We're not gonna go to the devil for a damn synthetic vaccine.
Yeah.
To say this is how I'm gonna get here. I got this cough. I'm gonna go. No, endure to your and plead with the Heavenly Father, man, till He provided for you. I mean, that's a show of faith. Constantly calling upon Him.
That's it.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, that was it on that. You know, and it said that a preservation, and the Lord, He's the ultimate preserver of men.
Right.
And even the wicked, the Lord preserves the wicked. There's situations that the wicked, you know, get into, and the Lord actually deliver them because He doesn't even want to. He doesn't even want them at that time. So how much more the righteous? You know.
Yeah.
If He'll preserve the wicked through different things, you know, to save them for the day of judgment, how much more the righteous, man? The Lord's gonna look out, man. This is let me go here. This is 1 Peter 1 and 2, and the main part is at 5. This is 1 Peter 1 and 2. And this is the letter to the strangers that were scattered, which were Israelites. It says, "Elect," meaning chosen, according to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahushua Mashiach. Grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the Most High, the Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, which according to His abundant mercy have begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahushua Mashiach from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of the Most High through faith.
That are kept by the power of the Most High through faith. I gotta get the 1 second after.
Unto salvation.
Unto salvation.
Ready to be revealed in the last time. Come on, man. And the Lord's going to show His power again. Hey, He's going to keep showing His power until the final day when He's going to show His ultimate power.
Romans 9.
Yep.
Romans 9. If you can
so that means what?
Sure.
Hey, expect the power. The things that we get ready to come through, the Lord's going to have to. He's going to definitely give us that strength, man.
As
He's going to give us the comforter, man.
That's right. And that power.
Not the guy who just dropped dead on April Fool's Day. All right, no, the Lord's going to give us the comforter, man. The comforter is a spirit that comes upon you to deal with whatever situation you might go through. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to undergo all these trials through the comforter. Hey, it came on John the Revelator. John the Revelator, before he got banished to the Isle of Patmos, they was trying to actually kill him. They tried to boil him in oil, and they realized it didn't work because the comforter was on him, and he didn't even feel anything. So they was like, "Get him out of there. We got to get him. We just got to put him in slavery. Put him over there at
you can't kill
Patmos.
Him. So yeah, let's just do something else to him.
You know." That man had faith. Okay. You said you was looking for.
Yeah, if you can grab Romans 9, I got something right here. Romans 9, it said, "What if the Most High willing to show His power?"
Oh yeah.
Like 22 or something around there. Because He's willing to show His power in this time. He's been showing part of His power with the signs in the heavens, man. Okay, He's been showing part of His power with His chariots out there. That He is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Whenever you get it.
Romans 9 and
22.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because He's going to show both. It's really 23, I believe, is the next one with the righteous. But I want to show the other side of it also.
It is Romans 9 and 22. It says, "What if the Most High willing to show His wrath and to make His power known?"
To make His power known. Okay, continue.
"Endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction."
Mm-hmm.
And that He might make known the riches of His glory on the vessels of mercy.
Yeah.
Which He had prepared before, which He had afore prepared unto glory.
Mm-hmm. The same. It's all part of His power that He's willing to show. He's gonna show it in wrath, and He's gonna show it in His glory. How? Upon the people that need it, man. That have these weaknesses, these infirmities, mm-hmm. that have these situations where they're gonna need divine intervention, man.
Right.
Okay. You're gonna need divine intervention, not to keep your job. Divine intervention to survive. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you run up on a pack of wild beasts, that escape from the zoos, guess what? You're gonna need divine intervention.
Yeah.
You run up on a martial law troop, and they bring you into a garrison to enslave you and whatever else. You're gonna need divine intervention to get out. Mm-hmm. Get chipped or get put to death. When it comes down to that level, you're gonna need divine intervention. Okay, and if you're not practicing
or death,
or
you might have to just take that which is gonna be honorable.
Yeah, hey,
can't be afraid of it, man.
And you can't be afraid, because here's another topic that's been going around: reincarnation. You have to believe that that's a real power of the Heavenly Father.
Yes, sir.
That you're gonna have life again.
Exactly.
You have to believe in that. You have to have faith that you will live again, and when you rise again, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first, and that we'll gain that power, glory, that new body, and be in the kingdom of heaven, not back into a bad slavery situation like we're living in now.
Let me assist you, brother. Let me. It
must needs, bro.
It must needs be to come out. And this is one of the seven.
Yep.
Seven brothers, all right, in the book of Maccabees.
The first or second?
Second. Mm-hmm. Second Maccabees 7 and verse here we go. Second Maccabees 7 and Salakia. Thought I had it. Oh yeah. Second Maccabees 7 and 14. It says, mm-hmm. So when he was ready to die, mm-hmm. like Notorious, he said, "Thus it is good, being put to death by men, mm-hmm. to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by Him. Mm-hmm. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life."
Yes, he told.
This is back during the time of the Maccabees, man. Mm-hmm. They were talking about the resurrection.
That's right.
And reincarnation, because mm-hmm. they coming. That means that they would have to come back in a lot, and then possibly have to die to be resurrected when the Lord shows up.
That's right. So they took the death. Then they or I'm sure they're on the earth today, mm-hmm. and then they would have to be killed again today to be resurrected in power again, man.
That's it.
In honor and glory. In the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? You have to believe that. You have to have faith to understand that, you know what? I don't give a... Well, he said it. He just said it. I don't care if you kill me. You can kill me, but you can kill... Yeah.
Get Revelation 12 and 11, Bubble Bouchard.
Yeah, kind. And I was thinking Matthew 10:28.
Yeah, that's another one.
You said 12 and 11?
12 and 11.
Gotcha. Revelation chapter 12, verse 11, it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
They overcame who?
Mm-hmm.
Satan. They overcame the wicked
I gotta
one.
read verse 10.
Yep.
Verse 10, it says, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, of our God, right? And the power of his anointed, Yahushua. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Our God day and night. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
By the blood of Yahushua, go ahead.
And by the word of their testimony.
And the testimony, or this prophecy, go ahead.
And they loved not their lives unto death.
In other words, they had that IDGAF attitude.
Yep.
You know? I don't give a
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's when it comes to what this devil, whatever it is he think he got going, whatever he think he's gonna try to do towards the men of the Lord, hey, you gotta have that attitude. Hey, Esau, I don't give a shit.
You read up in that Maccabees account. One of let me see.
And because when you have that kind of attitude, basically he knows you already won. Because there's nothing that he can do to sway you from the faith of the Lord. His whole mission is to basically get you to denounce Yahweh Yahushua. It tells you in 2nd Esdras 16 how he's gonna try to feed you idol with idols. You know, and those that consent to him shall be had in derision. You know, that's ultimately the trying of your faith, man. And if Esau knows that you're willing to die for this thing, he knows he can't win with you.
I gotta read this. Maccabees.
You know?
That was the point you wanted, right? Revelation.
Con. And that's basically the Lord's telling you that's how we're gonna win. You're gonna win by prophesying against this devil, prophesying the kingdom, and being willing to die for this thing, man. Being a living sacrifice. You don't give a shit what this devil is getting ready to do. Because you know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's the one that's sitting in the heavens and he's watching. He's laughing at these devils. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnash upon them with his teeth, seeing that the Lord sitting in the heavens shall laugh at them, for their day is coming.
So I gotta read this one.
We know the Lord's gonna come down and fuck your shit up, man. So that's why we ain't concerned with what you're gonna try to do to us. We know some of us gonna have to go through the guillotine.
I gotta read this, bro. It's a small account, but it's good. I'm trying to look for a better one, but I think that's it. No. This is Maccabees chapter 6. I'll jump around a little bit. Chapter 6, verse. It's good.
I was gonna see if there was a comment.
There was some brothers were dropping scripts.
Okay, yeah.
It says 2 Maccabees chapter 6. I'm gonna start up at
And you got that in Matthew 10. Fear not.
I didn't get it yet.
Go ahead.
6 and 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. And this the force to do something. Just like it's an analogy for taking this vaccine or even taking the chip.
You have the same scenario. Same scenario.
Forced to do it or else.
Yeah.
Right? It says, but choosing rather to die gloriously than to live strained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment. So he's like, nah, just do what you're going to do. So I'm going to jump up to...
he loved not his life to the death.
That's right.
You know, because it's easy to choose the easy route and live. You know, choose the cowardly way out. that's a shame, man. You want that to be on your record, you know? We in the kingdom, and we got to read about what you what you did,
This is perfect.
to serve the Lord, and you basically said fuck it, and you saved your life because you loved it. You loved living up under this
We gotta get that right.
damn devil, man.
Yeah, we gotta get that right quick.
Versus leaving a legacy that showed that you actually was willing to go out on faith, man. Go out in honor.
Real quick, I'm gonna hit that Matthew, Matthew 10. Then I got another account in that same chapter in Maccabees. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear them not which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right.
Yeah, it's plain, man.
Yeah, that's just straightforward, man. You know that they can really kill you and put you in torment, put you in the grave. You got to consider that. Now, this is beautiful what was written right here in 2 Maccabees chapter 6. I'm going to start at 25. It says, and so they, through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me. And I should get a stain to mine old age and make it abominable.
That's that shame, man.
Yeah, if you fold. If you fold, that's what you're gonna have. I'm gonna read it again.
That's associated with you. That's what you left behind.
It said, and so they, through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer. It's just a moment longer,
That's it. That's trying to save your life
versus life eternal.
Right.
Yeah, because at the end of this, why? I mean, what did I see that at? Oh, it was in that movie Carriers. He said, sometimes choosing to live is choosing a worse fate, a worse way to die, or something like that. And which is true, man. Which is true. And that applies to what's going on this time. You trying to preserve your life a little longer. Well, everything in this land is gonna get wiped out. Fuck that job, man. I'm sorry to be rough with the speech, but hey, that job, man, that don't mean nothing. We're talking about a time, especially if you prove worthy, how great it'll be. But we're talking about a world where you don't have to work, where you just get to enjoy the fruits of all the work of the earth, as we're supposed to be, with one another, not alone, but with one another. Okay, with no shame, if you make it. It's a little more. It says, I'm gonna read it through. It says, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain or that shame, right, on mine old age, and make it abominable, a detestable look. Because the 2/3 is gonna have that smacking your lips. We ain't gonna treat you like that, but you gonna feel it yourself. Okay, Lord, we're aware of the elect, of course, but the 2/3 of the elect is not gonna make you feel that shame, but you gonna naturally feel it when an elect walks in the room. All right. It says, wherefore, verse 26. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. He's gonna get you, man. The Heavenly Father gonna get you for not proving faithful. When he gave you an inkling or an ounce of faith or a mustard seed worth of faith, whatever he gave you that gift, okay, he gonna because you didn't build upon that. That goes back to the parable of the talents. You didn't build upon that. Okay, reading a little more, it says, wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such an one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously.
So this is a real elder right here. He was he let his life be an example to the younger brothers.
He was the first to step up to get it done, and his example set what happened the table for what the rest of them did. Right? But I believe they knew, but him proving his faith even unto death, right? So, and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he has says these words, immediately he went to the torment.
Con. And he stood upon the law, just like y'all push the law heavy. You different groups out there. He was willing to die for the law. But see, it shows hypocrisy when you stand upon the law, but then the next token in when you're faced with adversity, you come to try to you compromise, against the law. You don't have faith.
Is that what Leviticus 19?
You don't have faith, man.
19 to 17. 19.
Getting that vaccine or getting anything put into your flesh.
Yeah.
Isn't that even
law
in the law?
That's what I'm trying.
We're not supposed to make any cuttings into the flesh. And then this devil was trying to, because when they put the vaccines in you, it goes into your bloodstream.
Yep.
It pierces through your flesh and it goes into your bloodstream. What did the Lord say about our blood? The blood is the life of man. Mm-hmm. So we ain't even supposed to be dealing with blood.
No, you're supposed to keep your blood is meant to be inside your body, man. And whatever he put in your body is not meant to go through your skin to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
If he wanted it in you, he would have you eat something that had. But what do you eat? The natural remedies.
Exactly.
We ingest the natural remedies to help preserve our health. Mm-hmm. And with faith, the Most High will give the increase. Okay? And that was it in Leviticus 19:28. Yeah, about the cuttings in the flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh. Hey, if I wanted something to pierce
incision.
You, if I had an incision for you, I would pierce you. Mm-hmm. If that be the case. Okay, so why would you allow the enemy to pierce you?
Mm-hmm. What a vaccine or a damn syringe.
Yeah.
Syringe. You don't allow him to touch you with nothing, man.
Mm-hmm. Be ye separate and holy, man.
That's it.
Okay. That was the point. I don't have to read it anymore. I mean, that second Maccabees, the 6th and 7th chapter, man, they go hard. If you have any doubts about your faith, man, read them chapters about what the Maccabees went through. Mm-hmm. And even it was funny. I was gonna do a lesson on it, using that, and also using early in the first Maccabees about some didn't want to conform to the commandment of the king. Mm-hmm. They kind of summed it up in that first chapter of First Maccabees about it. Because the devil was changing Antiochus, and the king at the time was trying to change the laws and persecute Jake. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is Psalms 56, and I'm going to just start at the top, and I'm going to read down. And if you ain't got nothing else, we can close out. Psalms 56:1, it says, "Be merciful unto me, O the Most High, for man would swallow me up. He fighting daily oppressive me. Mm-hmm. Mine enemies would daily swallow me up. For they be many that fight against me, O thou Most High. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. In the Most High, I will praise his word. In the Most High, I have put my trust. Mm-hmm. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. Mm-hmm. Every day they wrest my words, all their thoughts are against me for evil." Hey, the elite, the elite want to come against Israel, man. They're making it known right now. Yeah. They want to come against you Israelites, man. That's right. Jake is waking up to who they are.
And it's funny because if you look at any time in history that Jake was persecuted, it didn't start with Jake all the time. It started with another nation, and then it's just the wrath that they had. Since we all up in arms, we might as well go persecute the Israelites. Let's go down to Jerusalem and fuck them up for a little while. Just I don't know if it was out of sport or out of spite.
No, they was just enemies.
Yeah, just out of spite.
Natural enemies, man. Yeah. Envious of us.
Fuck,
Esau was the number one. Every chance he got, it don't matter what captivity we were under. Mm-hmm. Esau is right there figuring out an opportunity or a way to persecute us and try to freaking exterminate us.
That's right.
Every time, man. You don't think you don't think he's gonna try to attempt the same thing this day?
That's right.
Remember Haman?
Yeah.
Remember Haman, man.
Yeah. He wasn't
Mordecai just went against the order of bowing down to this devil. Mm-hmm. And the devil took it upon himself, well, if you can't do that, I'm gonna exterminate all y'all. I'm gonna get all y'all just wiped out. No more Jews.
Yeah, like they didn't even trip it off of of Moab anymore, the Chinese anymore. You know, like that had their evil eye towards them for a brief moment, but now the focus is pointing right at you.
That's right. Hey, and going back to that with Mordecai, what example did he show? That the Lord basically turned everything upside down. Where basically the device that Haman imagined, it was turned upon him. Mordecai had faith,
Right.
and he didn't fear. He didn't show any fear. He had faith, and the Lord came through and turned it around and delivered us.
That's right. Right. And we commemorate that
annually, every year.
Yep.
You know. So I'm gonna finish this off.
Okay.
Verse 6, it says, "They gather themselves together, they hide themselves, they mark my steps when they wait for my soul." Esau, he's marking us. He's watching our steps. All this technology that he's setting in the earth is to do that.
He's waiting on the opportunity to take us out.
Yeah.
But he don't want one or two or a small number here and there. He wants to try to get as many of us off the planet as he possibly can. If he's depopulating the earth, he wants to take as many Israelites off of it as possible. All if he can get them. He wants a few entertainers and sellouts, but other than that, he's trying to get all of us off the planet, man. To fulfill that agenda he had in his mind back in the time of Isaac.
The days of mourning my father are over. That the days have come that I shall slay my brother Jacob.
Yep.
He meant like I want to take this. I want to cut off this dude's posterity.
Yeah.
I want to exterminate my brother.
So imagine how pissed he was when we ran back into him. You know, and he saw how large we had grown at that moment.
Hey, he met us with a 400-man army, military. He was ready to go with Jacob. You know, Jacob just had to supplant him again and calm him down.
But the Most High allowed that to happen, though. Okay, and you have to allow the occasion for the Most High to work. Okay,
that's it. Because
we're not being delivered without power. Okay, without the Most High showing His power. You got it out.
It says they gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for my soul. Shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O Yahweh. Thou tellest my wanderings, put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? When I cry unto thee, then shall mine enemies turn back. This I know, for the Most High is for me. And we supposed to be crying out to the Lord, man.
Yeah, that's how I know the Most High is for me, because He's answering our prayers.
We got to cry out to him, man. It doesn't mean like, you know, you screaming and crying and you just, oh, Lord, you know.
Right.
No, it's, hey, cry out to him, man.
Yeah,
like
call to his
name.
When it gets to the level that you're going to really need divine intervention, everybody's going to be crying. But what are you going to say with those cries? What are you going to be, we're going to be stable-minded while you guys are emotionally crying. We're going to be crying out to the Heavenly Father to save us. And you're going to be begging and pleading for anybody to save you. We know the one that we need to save us. Yahweh Shai, through the power of Yahweh. You got it out?
It says, in the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will I praise His word. In the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will I praise His word. In the Most High have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. So hey, there it is.
That doesn't mean take it. That just means, you know, because taking it is compliant. When he's not taking it, he got to move his hand to get you to take it.
Yeah, exactly.
This rebellious thing that Jacob's out there doing, that's not of the Heavenly Father, man. It's just because either way, this devil's going to force his hand. Exactly. But we know you 2/3 that are out there still wandering and being straight niggas, that's going to force the devil to do faster to move his hand. That's all part of the big picture here, which is great, wonderful.
Hey, it happened back then. That whole war between Judah and Esau during the time of the Roman Empire, that was because you had rebels that was trying to fight against the Romans.
That's right.
They was like, no, we're not going to pay them taxes.
Yep.
This goes again. We want to keep our command. We should have our own sovereignty. We don't need you Romans to run shit over here. And the Romans was like, well, we gonna have to go to war then, because we control
money.
this shit.
Yeah, we run it.
And you got to pay the king his due.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? They ended up fighting with the Romans. That's why Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Romans, the 13th chapter, "Resist not the power."
That's right.
The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Yeah.
So, but is that saying so? Comply with every single thing that he do. So if he tells you to take the chip or take a vaccine or eat abominable foods, do that? Hell no.
Nope.
That's not what that's saying. But what that is saying is don't try to put up a fight against this devil. Mm-hmm. Don't try to carnally think you could take him down. We waiting on the power of the Lord to take him down.
Vengeance is mine, wait ye upon me.
The Lord's gonna come and hit him with that blow, okay, and weaken his ass so we can finish taking his ass down.
That's right.
Right. But that's not gonna give and a lot of you false prophets out there, you're gonna use that scripture to tell the members of your congregation to comply, to conform.
Yep.
Yeah, go on ahead and take the vaccine. It's not gonna hurt you. You're gonna be all right. Just pray to the Lord. You know, it's gonna be over with. Everything will go back to normal. You know.
Then we can establish our kingdom. You know, we need to make this step. Anyway, it don't even matter what they say, but they're gonna use that to get you to comply with what the beast and the devil is doing.
Yeah, exactly.
We can close with this one. We quoted it a couple times. Best it come out. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
That's it.
All right, so your faith and your works whereby ye have believed, man, is what you got to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, you were given enough faith to believe you're a Hebrew Israelite. Well, take on the full role of a Hebrew Israelite, man. Don't half-hearted. Oh, I know I'm the tribe of Judah, so I don't have to. I know that I'm good. I understand I'm good.
I wear my fringes.
I wear my fringes. I'm good. I keep the law. I'm good.
More. Yeah.
You're gonna have to prove your faith by your works. Because just keeping the law isn't proving your faith. It just works. Yeah. But knowing that, because you can't keep them all, so the ones you break, you prove that you are faithful by doing the best you can and repenting for those. Asking for forgiveness for those that you can't keep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and was that Romans 4 where it says the promise wasn't unto Abraham based off the law, but through faith. Mm-hmm. All right, and that's exactly what the Lord is looking for, man. It's basically it's about your decision making, your judgments, and if you're making those decisions based off of your trust on the Lord versus you just taking matters into your own hands and being so hasty to make moves in a time of trouble. Mm-hmm. Acts 4 and. It's like you're not Acts, Romans. Romans 4. Romans 4 and 13.
Yeah, you got to read down past.
And we'll 16. Close out with that. It's Romans.
I have it already.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
Romans 4 and 13.
So for the promise that he should be heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith.
Through the righteousness of faith, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're justified by faith and not by the works of the law. But, hey, do we then make the law void through faith? God forbid. No, we establish the law. Mm-hmm. You still try to keep it to the best of your ability, but trying to keep the law in its entirety, you curse yourself like that. Our righteousness is it's like unto filthy rags, man.
That's right.
The Lord didn't even create us to keep the law perfectly on his side. We're not going to be able to do that until he give us those new bodies.
So he writes it in us, with those new bodies. That's right.
Go ahead.
Keep reading?
Yeah.
It says, for if they which are of the law, that's what I'm at, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void, and the promise made of none effect. because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. Therefore it is of faith, that it might be by grace, to the end of the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, but to that that also which is of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all.
Come on, man. And you know, what did he do
He got
to establish, you know, his righteous faith? It wasn't him keeping a particular law. It was through his trust on Yahweh Shem Yahushai in his obedience.
The Most High
He was
told him
getting
to do
ready.
something.
He was getting ready to sacrifice his own son.
Hey, go kill your son. He was like, yeah, go get him. All right.
He didn't question him. He just said, "All right."
But you know,
Didn't know that, you know, the Lord would stop him. You know, with the angel.
he just
He just like, let me just
level
do
that the
this.
Most High is on. You gave him to him to kill him. All right, if that's what you did this for, I don't have to understand. You told me to do it. My obedience says I'm gonna do it, man. And that's what this is about.
Faith.
That's the proof of your faith through your obedience against the powers that be.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good chapter also, going into faith.
That's right, man.
But yeah, we can close out though.
But come, man, you know, so hey, now you know, we're in that time, man, where, you know, you gotta trust on the power, man, because the power is coming, but it's gonna take your faith. Hey, the Lord has been having this thing prolonged for that his servants to perfect their faith
That's right.
before he shows his power.
This is just one of those practices, not taking a vaccine to prove your faith.
You know, and the same thing for the mark of the beast, man. You know, we know that that's right around the corner.
Everything they're setting up is leading right. They're trying to get your obedience to this devil, man, to the beast, that you will take his mark. That's what all of these the vaccine, the wearing the mask, the stay at home. That's all about.
The digital identity is what he's looking for. You know,
that's right.
So he can, tighten his grip on the people.
And when the scriptures say, agree with thine adversary while thou be in the way with him, right? Yeah, that's the wearing the mask in part. But when you start having to compromise your integrity and your faith, that's where you draw the line at. Okay?
That's right. Hey, so with that, we're going to close out. We're going to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, that one us unto the elder apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim of the Tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. We're going to say Shalom.
So, Salaki for not reading your scriptures and comments.
Yeah, our brother was posting hella precepts too, man. Yeah. Like the water, bro. You know?
Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.